Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Some Kind of Wizard, and we have reached Game 3 of the Best of 3 Reverse Captain Show match. These players have everything to play for. Guts, glory, and the winning team gets free art commissions from me, which will take up probably a vast amount of my evening. But let's face it, it's completely worth it to organise something this fun. First of all, we're going to be leading off with the bans and picks, and it looks like Team Oddities of the Dire side are going to get to pick first. Although Radiant had the picks both times, the teams were swapped. For this final game, we've returned to the same Radiant and Dire setup of Game 1, except the first pick went entirely on a coin flip. It looks like Phantom Assassin is going to be the first ban, and Meepo is the first ban for the other side.
Dire team ban.
I'm just going to be waiting it out now. Again, we haven't seen a Meepo for this entire show match, and I'm a little bit sad about that because it would have been really freaking cool, but let's face it, nobody wants to play Meepo in Reverse Captain. And Nature's Prophet is banned out. It seems a bit early to pick Phantom Assassin and Nature's Prophet, really, when you consider that there are people like Warlock and Treant Protector and Spectre. It's hard to say. I imagine that Spectre will be the next ban just because everyone playing Spectre has had a relatively awful time with her. Personally, I don't play a bad Spectre, just saying.
10 seconds remaining.
And that's a Visage ban, in fact. That's an interesting choice. I haven't seen a Visage this game. And Spectre! Well, we all knew it was going to happen. Enchantress and Chen are the returning picks. Oh, that's fantastic. And they knew what they wanted straight away. And that's Lone Druid.
Dire team pick.
That's possibly the most aggressive. They must have just been slamming those buttons down. Undying. Oh wow.
Radiant team.
It's going to be a tough time. Technically, Lone Druid falls under the category of ranged, so the Team Oddities could get away with giving them a melee, melee ints and more melee agilities right now. It's a tough situation. But this could still go anywhere. I'm wondering who the next pick is going to be, because it all comes down to this, basically. The next two are going to be bad, let's face it. Either team are going to have an awful time, but right now, the bans still have been placed. This last pick could really decide it. I'm harping on this a lot because they're eating into reserve time and I have no one to discuss this fact with. It's just you and me, lovely audience. And Treant Protector. We've seen Treant in every game, and Spectre, and they've been hated in every game. It's hard to say though now, we're moving back onto the bans. Now, I can see that Intelligence Heroes are going to be the ban choices for the Radiant team. Because they've still got no Intelligence champion chosen yet. They don't want to get the really bad supports. I imagine Warlock is going to be one of them. It's hard to say. Also, I apologise if during this cast I just sort of paused to take a drink repeatedly. I did it in the last game as well. But I'm solo casting and you kind of need to keep drinking or you lose your voice. Just a fact. And I can't afford to lose my voice, not when there is some excellent Dota to be had. Again, we're still continuing to go through that time. They're really thinking carefully about this ban. They don't want to lose. You can honestly tell the chat after the previous game was a lot of flaming about Spectre mostly. But they want the win. They really do.
Reserve time.
And they're eating into reserve time even. They're really thinking hard about this ban. There's a lot of fear there. And they go for the Warlock. What can I say? I'm like a sage, a prophet, a wizard. Fancy that. And the bans are being considered by Team Oddities as well. They still haven't had an agility hero picked for them. They might want to consider banning even more agility heroes. I know that they've already gone for the sniper now. But it's a bad situation. Delicious drinks. And that's going to be a Weaver ban. Again, a good choice. They really don't want these pretty awful agility carries. Although, to be honest, I'm okay with Weaver. I don't enjoy playing him. Heavens no. But I do enjoy winning with him. I just feel that there are worse options out there for this team. And really someone like Weaver would have helped even out the team of Enchantress, Chen, Treant Protector. because they have no damage right now. That's the plan at least. If the Radiant team, Team Josh, are given a high damage hero, then they'll be in a dominating position. That's all I can say. And that's going to be a Pugna ban again. No one wants to play Pugna.
Dire team ban.
And again, is it going to be one last agility hero ban? Because that's what we're looking at here. No, it's going to be Razor. They really don't want to play him, which is surprising. They did pretty darn well with a Razor last game. His ability to sap out attack damage is quite clutch considering you've got such limited sources of damage. Right now what we're looking at is Spectre, who is objectively a bad pick. She needs a lot of farm to do anything for so long that another agility hero would have, you know, already accomplished that fact. Like, endgame Spectre you can't say is awful. But that's like saying you can't say endgame Lone Druid isn't awful. You know, like, they're agility heroes. It's just that you could do that a lot better with someone else.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure that I worded that out too well, but I'm going to stand by what I said.
5 seconds remaining.
Then down to the last 5 seconds here. We're going to be eating into reserve time again to pick this last ban.
Reserve
They're
time.
genuinely afraid of it. Oh, and they picked Dazzle. Not sure why they would do that, to be honest. They don't have any support. Again, Team Model T's now sitting on the bans and picks. And Death Prophet is the next pick. At least they've had a middle picked out for them. I imagine the Bacon of Strife will be perfectly happy to play Death Prophet. And Morphling is the pick for Team
Dire
Oddities.
team pick.
That's interesting. If I remember correctly, at least, I believe Hin is a relatively decent Morphling player. So that's probably going to be his choice. And I know that Vex is a Chen player, so that should be his. Again, I've known Hin to also be Enchantress, so that one's mildly up in the air right now. It's going to be another pick now to come. We wait with bated breath. It's going to be Mirana. Don't know why they would pick Mirana. She's actually a legitimate source of damage and the only stun on the team. And Ricky is the next pick.
Dire team pick.
I'm interested. Let's see who's going to play as who. Let us see. As I adjust myself in my chair that I keep sliding out of. They're thinking carefully about it. Looks like Uniform is going to be playing as the Mirana. It looks like Noximus is going to be playing Lone Druid. We've got Bacon of Strife on the Spectre. We've got Ronithon Undying. We've got Death Prophet, Condorian. Looks like we've got X Thomas as Treant Protector. I didn't get through all of those. We've got X Thomas as Treant Protector. We've got Aliana as Chen. We've got Enchantress as Hin. We've got Ricky as Vex. And Abendis as Morphling.
Prepare for battle.
No. It is legitimately true that Vex is an incredible Ricky player. I don't know how this is going to work out for them. Lone Druid is set there. I've never seen Noximus's Lone Druid plays. He's probably learning how to hotkey them, which is very important. And Bacon of Strife is going to go with a legit farming Quelling Blade Shield Spectre, and I can't say that I blame him. That's how I tend to run it to start with, because Spectre's bad. Death Prophet's going to be the strong middle, and that's going to be played by Luke. And the bear is sitting with the hatchet and the Quelling Blade and the Star Shield. That's, you know what, that's a good choice.
30 seconds to battle.
Wow, apparently Uniform is in luck, because of the 4 heroes that he can play, Kunkka and Mirana are apparently those. And Lone Druid moves out into the middle, strangely enough. Maybe he's going to go into the jungle. It's possible. Or it could be a duo, it's hard to say. No, it looks like it's going to be Lone Druid solo mid, Death Prophet top. We've got Morphling Treant bottom, Enchantress middle.
The battle begins for good.
I actually heard tales of Rob's Enchantress middle. Apparently it's kind of scary. And we've got Ricky top with a Chen. I am wondering if Chen's going to go into the jungle. Chen actually starts with Test of Faith. Interesting. Interesting choice. Is he going to go for a Nuke Chen Test of Faith build? It's possible. And Enchantress begins the slow farm, and Lone Druid is apparently sat there panicking, and Death Prophet's going to be moving into the middle. They had a little bit of a last second decision, I guess. Yep, Lone Druid moves on into the jungle and decides that he's going to go and farm there. Down the bottom here we can see Spectre Undying is kind of a tough decision here. We've got Corbenix Morphling play. I've not heard anything about it. I don't imagine it's very good though. Let's face it. Most of these players are looking at a situation where their play aren't that great. Here in the top lane, I'm expecting some damage, but again, it's Uniform left alone on a solo lane. When he's up against Vex as Ricky plays, it's going to be something really quite scary. I do worry for him in his position, although he's going to stack up quite hard in farm. I personally believe that Undying should have held the solo lane, or Spectre should have held the solo lane. Probably Undying, in fact, and Mirana gone down with someone legitimately able to do damage. Morphling takes some hits, and the living armor is not going to help him out that much. In fact, Spectre chases deep and throws down the dagger. How far is he going to chase? No, he's got to back out, or he's going to be in a bad position, and Treant follows, and Morphling uses a waveform, in fact, just to ensure that he gets to complete safety. Undying moves into position to assist, and the Spectre is going to resume farming. Let's bring up the stats. Lost hits and denies. It looks like the middle Enchantress is having a great day against the Death Prophet, sitting at 7 and 4, and the Ricky up top is sitting at 6 and 3. The jungling continues for the Lone Druid here, and he's not in a great situation now. He needs to spread out that damage. Maybe have the bear eat some tangos. I've not seen him play a Lone Druid ever, I'm completely honest with you. He's probably going to have a very hard time of it. And there's now a double stack on that creep camp in the bottom, so that will be for the next pull. Treant and Morphling continue their work. Just trying to work up whatever farm they can, and the Treant soaks up a lot more damage than it really wants to. He's going to have to back up quite far. Those creeps deal a serious amount of damage if they're all hitting you, especially at these early levels. On the bottom it seems that Enchantress grabs hold of the haste rune, and oh no, Death Prophet whiffs the silence. It's getting harassed very hard. Living Armor goes down the Enchantress to assist, and Spectre and Lone Druid both move in, but Lone Druid's got to back out. He's so low on health. If his bear dies, he dies. I believe so, at least. What's the backlash? The backlash is only 100, so no, he would survive, but really not by much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
moves in,
attack.
assuming that he's safe.
I
The
feel
Spectre's
sad
going
for
to
them.
move out there to protect it. The Living Armor goes out in the Morphling. Again, Living Armor build is basically how you want to play Treant because he's so bad. Living Armor is just a huge restoration, and it really covers up for those damaged towers. Enchantress makes a move into the jungle, steals a creep, and decides to back out. Yeah, Death Prophet looks like he's going to stay around and try and score a gank here. It's probably going to be on the Treant, considering Morphling's ability to get the hell out of there. And Spectre and Undying want to move in. They want to focus the Morphling, however. The Spectral Dagger goes out. Death Prophet's going to chase. Does she land the silence in time? No, the waveform lands, and now it's going to move on to the Treant Protector. He's going to take a serious amount of damage, and the follow-up is there. Is it going to be enough? It is. First blood goes to Gondorian. And Death Prophet will be very much liking that. But in this meantime, Enchantress and Ricky still free farming safely. Uniform has been unable to really provide any form of damage. And the Chen is just playing now into the jungle, which is a good decision at this point.
Radiant's
They did
middle
not score any
tower
early
is under
kills.
attack.
Why hang around?
That's not gonna hold.
And down here, let's have a look at how Lone Druid is farming. He's not doing too awfully. His bear is sitting at moderate items. And let's have a look here at the Spectre. He's sitting 2 at moderate items. He'll probably be moving on to boots and power treads. Nice and early rush. And the Morphling is not gone for anything as of yet, but it's most likely that he'll go for a poor man's shield and some boots. Here on the top again, the aggression continues. I'm just wondering when it's all going to come to. It's honestly hard to say. I don't know who's going to win. I have a feeling that as far as builds are concerned, that Team Oddities just have a lot more of that bursty damage. But this time, the late game applications of the Radiant Team Josh, they're at least more valid, let's say. I like the way that Lone Druid plays out. With just Spectre there for late game, like full late game agility, it's looking a lot safer at least. And Thomas is going to sit there and, guys, does it depend? He's a tree. And he moves out. It's not going to accomplish anything, however. Inspector backs up to the safety of the tower and Undying moves on. And he's pulled a double stack of creeps into the line of creep wave, so they'll be holding back that push.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
And that's a very, very long pull. It's interesting to see it go that way. It's a good decision. I can't fault them for it because they're in such a bad way. But is this going to be a gank now on the bottom? There are 4 people there ready to do any kind of damage, and Mirana is desperately trying to get up farm and overall failing. He's not going to be able to be there to help out. Death Prophet's in position. If she throws down the silence now, she could at least stop the Morphling from trying to escape. The double damage rune is also applied. But it looks like she's just going to push them away. That's moving in far too early. Harassment goes down, in fact. Are they going to go in deep? No, they are not. And Levigon goes out to restore the health of the Morphling. And Trient decides that he wants to be an invisible tree again. Spectre sits there safely waiting and buys the boot belt of strength. Yep, it's going to be going for a nice early power treads. I'm losing my voice, I really apologise. There's an illusion room there, and Ricky's going to take it. Looks like he wants to make a move and deal some damage to that middle tower, because Mirana's had to go back. In fact, was there a kill? There was, in fact, on the Mirana. I apologise for missing that. I was worried too much about the others. Again, it's like I was sure that more action was going to occur here on the bottom lane. Ricky's in a strong position here. He could honestly make a gank happen here if Condorian is completely unaware, and he's only sat at level 5, so it's hard to say. Enchantress 2 has now only just hit level 6. Death Prophet takes some harassment and backs out, silencing her toes, just in case. Probably be quite annoyed at that. And Chen goes in to deal some damage to that lone druid and really harass him down, but it's going to be unable to follow that up. Undying goes in to press her out. It looks like Ricky and... yes, it looks like a smoke gank, in fact. They're going to move in, but they're already revealed. Lone Druid is in a bad way. He's going to get hit straight off. Undying is going to move into the Lensum Assistant, and so is Spectre. That's an easy kill. Chance is going to be happy with that one. I feel that the smoke itself was relatively unnecessary considering their positions. And so in the bottom lane, they're going to desperately try and hold off these creeps for as long as they can, and they fail. Oh no, they don't fail the pull. Just at the last moment, they bring them all back.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh,
and they're going to need it. Mirana continues to harass on top tower and look for some fun. It's going to have to back out. That Ricky's just worth so much damage. And Mirana's going to have to run very fast. And she succeeds. In fact, I'm pretty sure an arrow just turned back and went for the Ricky.
The Dire's top tower is doing its best, but it doesn't look good.
Right now, Morphling isn't as farmed as we should be hoping so. Voice going, and that's going to be a hard gank. The waveform is going to take him out across the other side of the wall, but with the Spectral Dagger on him, I don't see much chance of him getting away. With the level 1 boots applied, but Shen is there to lend some assistance, and Undying it backs away as well. It looks like Morphling is going to get out yet again, and that's really bad for them right now. Undying looks like he wants to make a fight of this, but he's in a bad position. Trient is there to assist. Shen moves in, but he does not get a stomp off. He's in a great position now, and he just misses, however. And those zombies are going to be some harassment until the tomb disappears. Looks like Enchantress wants to make something happen again and moves back out into the jungle unless she's looking for someone to take. Could be a Dark Troll Warlord, and it is a Dark Troll Warlord. And some kind of wizard is losing his voice. Up on the top again, Mirana lands a very strange arrow that passes through, and the Ricky goes in for the kill. Mirana's in a bad position now and needs to leap. She can't follow it up and is going to have to back up. Right now, Ricky's in a strong position. He's already got the Blade of Alacrity. It's likely he'll be going... Yes, he's going for the Ethereal Blade. Not the Ethereal Blade, the Diffusal Blade. Down the bottom! Undying and Death Prophet score a kill on the Chen and Trient combination. They really needed that kill. Oh no, it looks like Spectre's going to go down to the dot of the urn after the Dark Troll Warlord nets it down at maximum range for an Impetus strike.
I guess you're more.
Just a note that Impetus deals more damage the further you are away from your target when you're throwing it. And looks quite happy with that, judging by the cat face. Enchantress throws down a quick healing potion, and Death Prophet is unable to harass that deeply. Up on the top, Ricky is just waiting for that moment to pounce on that Mirana. And it's looking very likely that if Mirana pushes out past this line here, she's probably going to die. Ricky gets some quick regen there, just making sure he's at full health and ready. And that is... oh, it's almost the Diffusal Blade at least. Down the bottom again, Morphling tries to get some kind of farm, but again, he still seems to be so far behind. A Death Prophet 2 has had a very bad time trying to get last hits up against this. Especially with that miss. Oh, and the failed chance there. Especially up against this Enchantress who's been having a great game. Oh, and in fact, what do you know? Past that line, died a Ricky. I'm also glad that as a caster I can actually write on the map this time. It's a fantastic ability. I mean, I can do anything I want. That was the lopsided face because I dragged. My bad. It looks like they want to go in for a kill on Morphling again. They've failed multiple times, but I don't know if they're going to make it. Lone Druid is there to lend some assistance, and Morphling is going to strength and wave. They're going to try and chase hard. Treant is in a bad position as well and is trying to get away from there as fast as he can. If he can get to the trees and go invisible, he'll be able to get away with it. But he doesn't cast it in time and just instead tries to run for his life. And those auto attacks go out. The body blocks go down by the Undying. Fantastic. Body blocker Ronith actually blocks the enemy team instead. And Lone Druid goes in for auto attack, and I don't know what he's doing. He's going to fall to this Morphling, but the waveform is too short and that tower is not going to finish the job. That's a very, very close escape. And the Soul Rip is going to heal him up just a little bit. He's going to return to the jungle. Down the middle we see the Condorian is getting hard ganked and he falls very quickly. And Shen takes a kill. I wasn't aware of Eliana's Shen plays before, but they're legitimate, there is no doubt about it. Down here in the jungle looks like Enchantress wants to try and start a fight with the Spectre, but has to back up. And the Living Armor goes down. The Living Armor is just an incredible ability, and are all the towers now at full health once more? Well, they almost are. It's pretty strong. Oh no, it looks like Mirana's going to get caught out of position by this Ricky. If he's quick on his fingers. Ricky moves in and he does some body blocking and should give it away. Mirana continues and backs away. Down in the bottom lane, and Morphling is waiting to illusion hop, but it seems like a bad time to do so. Instead you would rather do the opposite direction. Just saying, that's a very backwards illusion hop. And he's going to use the scout.
Is all alone in the world.
I'm going to have to take a drink because I am definitely losing my voice by this point, and I wish that I had a co-commentator. If I do this again, I'm certainly going to have to find one, or at least practice this casting a whole lot more. Undying takes a double damage rune from the Enchantress, and looks like he wants to just run away, really. Enchantress is in a position where he can put up quite a big fight. In fact, Undying throws down the strength and throws down the ulti and the soul rip. The urn falls down, Condorian's in a position to assist. Throws down the silences and the swarm, and throws down her ulti too, and it's going to continue to chase, but that heal from Enchantress is just huge. It looks like Shen is in a position to deal some serious damage. And the Death Prophet continues to try and back away desperately. The owner's on as well in the cast. The ghosts aren't going to be enough. Enchantress is going to survive and take the kill. Condorian is not going to be happy with how that one played out. And now double damage Undying is going to try and deal some damage here to the Morphling. But again, he still has waveform to get out. And they just keep on trying and failing to take this Morphling.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the farming continues. Again, highest farmed is definitely by far this Ricky. He's sitting here at 51 kills. 51 last hits. How many actual kills has he got? 2 and 3. It's a strong position. These are the two heroes that they actually want to get kills on for Team Oddities. Admittedly, Morphling is doing a lot worse than he should be, but given the potential for harassment, it's not unsurprising. Let's have a look here on the lanes. And actually, let's take stock of their items.
Really do something about that
Spectre is sitting at the safe power treads, but no other items have been built so far. We're looking at Undying, who's playing a mostly support role. He's the ward bitch for this game. And Mirana is also sitting in a Ring of Aquila. It's not terrible. I wouldn't say it's a bad choice. When you're getting harassed quite hard by Ricky, you want all of the armor and regen that you can get. It's going to be afraid to move out there. Again, it's just that Ricky waiting at this point every time.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better
Death
days.
Prophet. What's she sitting at here? Not much at all. She's made it to Arcane Boots, so that would be quite good. Be able to spam out that Crypt Swarm just a little bit more, but really this Enchantress is just in a dominating position. The urn is up. She's working on her way to an Aghanim Scepter, so that'll be basically a damage impetus. I'm losing my voice again. That's going to be a damage impetus Enchantress. I forgot to look at the Lone Druid who's sitting at Boots, and how is his bear doing? His bear is also sitting at Boots, so Lone Druid is having a pretty hard time as well.
It has no arms to defend itself.
It looks like an invisible Enchantress, that's something to be afraid of. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting the odd little frame rate drop, and it seems to occur when people go invisible. I could quickly fix that, but I'm afraid of losing my recording if I do that, so I'm going to have to just put up with it.
Wait up!
Lone Druid wants to make something happen here, and an invisible Enchantress is going to begin the first attack. Death Prophet moves in with her ulti turned on. She gets the silence perfectly. The waveform completely misses. The Crypt Swarm goes out. It's going to be a Shen heal, however, and the imp heal there for Enchantress is going to keep her alive. Or presumably, those ghosts go out, and it's not going to be enough. The first kill, Condorian goes down. Shen is going to follow very soon. The Spectre's dagger gives him just enough ability to get that last attack in. Morphling is coming in from behind though. Can he take a kill off that Spectre? No, Lone Druid's in a position to back it up. And Undying there too, but the impetus combination from this Enchantress might just be enough to save him. Ronan falls. Those ghouls are just going to hit away aimlessly, unable to do anything about it. you know, little extra 5 gold farm.
Dire's middle tower is
It
under
was a
attack.
very good fight there for the Dire side. They moved into that jungle and completely controlled that space, taking off some of their core heroes. Up here on the top, it looks like Ricky's going to take down that Mirana now, and in a strong position. That just the huge damage.
Oh, you're
Ricky
dead.
just melts
What a
him, and it was actually an inevitable fact. Again, Vex very good Ricky, and Mirana is still a relatively new player. When the tower pushed, it's going to be quite a tough. It's going to be a tough time to come back from this. Again, Morphling is being chased, but he still has waveform. He's still going to get clear. And in fact, it's going to turn into a counter gank. Spectre is dead. And she falls to an auto attack from Treant and a creep hit. And the money is split. Undying tries to go in on it, and that Treant is apparently still visible. Casting abilities getting revealed. Morphling goes in for an attack, but there's ghouls down everywhere. Undying lands the hit. Is Morphling going to follow? He does. A double kill for the Undying.
Radiant's top
Just
tower
that little
is
jab
under
in, but
attack.
now here's the... Oh, Ricky just melts him.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And his
attack.
killing spree
Run,
is
little
cut
bottom
short.
tower. Run.
Pure skill. Up on the top here we see Condorian trying again to take down this Enchantress, but the Enchantress is just so hard to kill with that heal. But maybe the ulti can push the tower at this point, but if she doesn't take it, then Living Armor is going to be able to restore a lot of it. And Chen moves in to get an assistant. Enchantress throws down the urn. She doesn't have enough mana to throw down any impetus, however. If those spirits return and provide the heal, then Death Prophet will be in a much better position, but right now she's getting harassed hard and Chen is chasing. He just wants to get a Test of Faith
Radiant's
out.
bottom tower
Lone Druid's
is
in
under
position, and the
attack.
body blocks happen, but
I
Luke
feel
gets
sad
there.
for them.
The bear gets an instant entangle. That's all the luck they really needed. And that Enchantress is going to get away though, however. Shen's heal is in position. It looks like Eliana's going to die for the cause.
Radiant's bottom tower
Or
has
can they?
fallen.
There's a slowdown and the
No
Crypt Swarm is
means
going to be enough to do it. And they're going to continue chasing after this. They want to take that Enchantress badly, but it's going to have to back up that tower. But no, Undying moves in with a Decay. If they'd stuck on it, they might have gotten a kill for it. But Morphling comes in from behind and takes down the Lone Druid. Mirana moves in to try and lend some assistance. Morphling is in position as well. She gets in the leap, and that's an attack. Condorian takes a double kill with that Crypt Swarm. But now there's Ricky in position. He's going to be able to do some serious damage right now. And that's a huge hold by Treant, keeping them both pinned down, and Mirana is going to fall. A double kill for Ricky. How many kills is that now? He's 7, 0, and 1. It wasn't a bad engagement, but they just got picked out from being pulled from behind. Treant has been, actually, yes, very clutch with that complete entanglement of the enemy team. Ricky's going to farm safely. He's brought another item. What's he got now? He's got a Yasha. That's not good for the enemy team. Let's have a look here at Team Oddity. We've got Shen. He's sitting at a mech and arcane treads. That's great for him. Treant 2 is playing support. He's got the wards. He's just, well, playing it safe. He's throwing down the regen build. That's perfectly good. Lone Druid's in a bad position. He can go in and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, and that's him dead. Cryptstorm is not going to be enough.
When they hired me.
Where are you
Morphling
going?
2, he's sitting at just a Ring of Aquila.
Come get
He's going to do some
healed.
damage here. The abilities from... Oh, okay. I was going to say, the abilities from Death Prophet will keep her up for just a little while, dealing some serious damage to that Enchantress, but she heals so fast. And Ricky's just worth buckets of damage.
The Radiant's bottom tower
take a
has
drink.
seen better days.
Ah, my poor throat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Here again, the
attack.
Dire are just systematically taking these small fights, and that Ricky's in a position where he can just push away all of that farm. Inspector goes in to do something about it, but Ricky just
Radiant's
goes straight away
bottom tower
invisible
is under
and
attack.
casually
I
jaunts
feel
away.
sad for them.
In fact, it looks like he wants to go on him. But is he? No, that would be very foolish. It looks like they want to try and do something here on the middle, but Morphling's in a position where he can completely control this position. I've said my position twice, I'm just running out of words as well. Not only am I losing my voice, I'm losing some diction.
The Dire's top tower is doing its best.
Morphling's going to be
but
able to
it
control the
doesn't
space
look
because he's gotten away with waveforms so many times. He knows he can just do it again, and that's going to get very frustrating. His build is bad. He has no
Dire's top
morph, and he's
tower
gone
is
for
under
adaptive
attack.
strike, but again, this is a new
Oh,
player.
that's got to
If he
hurt.
was agility morphing, he would have died all the time by now. Really, waveform burst is the best that you can get away with.
Dire's top tower is under
And
attack.
it looks like someone was just being taught where the secret shops are. I'll put my bets on Treant.
Regeneration.
Yep. It looks like he wants to go for something, and I'm wondering what. It's going to be the point booster, perhaps. Regardless, Morphling is taking a little bit of decay harassment, and he's missing some strength now. But it's not going to be much in the long run. Recreant here is still casually waiting, and he goes for the Vitality booster. He wants to get a little bit tankier, probably going for a Vanguard. Shen is continuing to fund the jungle as well. Just working up a veritable army of creeps. Let's have a look here. Last hits and deniers? Yes, it's a huge... It pretty much tells the entire tale. We've got Riki here sitting at 82 and 11, which means that Mirana was completely controlled. Indeed, she's at 33 and 12. And we're at 21 minutes into the game. Shen also is in... Oh, he was at the perfect 69, but he's moved on to 70. And this farm continues legitimately. Here on the lane, it looks like Riki wants to do something, and the Impetus Strike goes out, and it hits as well. No misses. I'm wondering how close he is, in fact, to that Aghanim Scepter. He's finished it already. So how much is that worth right now? A lot, presumably. I can't quite tell. Increases attack and cast range to the Impetus, and that's an attack. Morphling goes down to a quick sudden burst from that Mirana ability, and Morphling takes the kill off of Condorian, however. Impetus Strikes go out, and that's a mega kill for Enchantress. And that's GG called already, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a dominating show of hands, and it all comes to show that in reverse captain's mode, it looks like Rob is the best at being the worst captain. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have been some kind of wizard. These have been Bacon of Strife, D.A. Ronith, Uniform 764, Noximus Condorian, Hin, Abindus, Vex, X Thomas, and Aliana. And we hope that you have had a magical evening. The team winners now are going to win art from me, which I'll probably start on tomorrow because I'm far too lazy to do it tonight. There's a lot of editing ahead of me.
Oh, that's not good for the
Peace out, guys.